Hi everybody, it's Mark Shellshear. This is the Mark Art Show coming to you this morning from Galeria de las Islas in Metro Manila, Philippines. And I want to talk a little bit about artist practice, artist life today, but on a little bit different edge. You know, one of the things that many young artists and many older people don't recognize is that if you become well known as an artist, you are going to have to be able to communicate with people. You're going to have to stand up and do demonstrations. You're going to have to be able to give talks. You're going to be able to relate to all different sorts of people. Because with celebrity and with fame or whatever it is that you're seeking, if you start selling paintings, you're going to be in a spotlight. And oftentimes what you say will be heard far louder than what other people say. And I want to deal with that because there's a lot of artists out there who kind of have an attitude that it really doesn't matter, that I can just be me. And I'm one of the ones who don't agree with that at all. I don't think sometimes you can be just you, because just you might not be quite good enough for what you want to become. So, in ancient text, it makes this statement. It says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. Now, I hear people every day, artists that I deal with, and a lot of non-artists. I deal with people who buy product as well. And I hear the way they talk. Some of them very angry, some of them lying, some of them abrasive and critical, and some positive and sweet and nice. And I hear that and I often say to myself, especially the really negative, critical ones, they are revealing their heart to me through their words. And I want us to talk about that. You know, people say, well, that's just the way I am, and you have to take me the way I am, or don't take me at all. And then they wonder why they're alone. You see, to come out and make that statement, I am who I am, so you just have to accept that, is not a really wise thing to say. Because when we start saying that, we are saying that we are beyond change, that we're not capable of making a difference to our lives and changing our lives. Now, one very wise man said to me one day, he said, and this was referring to marriage, he said to me, Mark, be very careful what you say, because remember, you cannot take those words back. Once you've said them, they're out there forever. And that is true as us as artists. Once we say things, once we put those words out there, they're out there forever. So be careful what we say, because sometimes what we say we might not want to hear back again later. So our words reveal us. Our words say who we are. Our words reveal our heart. So we need to get control over our words. Now, we all know people who fly off the handle and say what they say, and when they finish it by saying, well, that's who I am, it's just the way I am. Well, that's really not good enough. You know, it's not good enough. So what we've got to do is ask the whys of life. Why am I saying this to others, whether it's positive or negative? Why, especially negative things, why am I saying these negative things to others? What is it about me that's making me say those things? And also, why am I speaking to myself the way I do? Sometimes the most negative words we say are to ourselves. We say these words that impact so strong on ourselves. Words like, you're not good enough. You can't do that. Who do you think you are? Why do you think you can be the one to do it? And we say all these things to stop us. And we all know what that is. It's the fear. And we'll deal with that. You know, and we've got to ask questions like, why do I always do that? Why do I do that to myself? Asking those questions. Why? Because those questions will give us an opportunity to search our hearts, search within, and find out why we say and do the things we do. We ask ourselves so we can begin to work on ourselves. Identify why you say things. Look, often we say things out of fear. Fear is one of the biggest driving forces that stop people from accomplishing the great things that they could accomplish. Fear, we talk about it, the thief inside your head saying to you, you know, Mark, you're not good enough. Mark, you can't do that. Mark, people will laugh at you. Mark, don't step forward. Mark, you're afraid to do that. all these kind of things. And we've got to learn to hear the voice of the thief and their voice of wisdom that can be there as well. Okay, the voice of wisdom says, Mark, don't walk out of 10-story building and walk into the air because gravity works and you'll fall to the bottom and die. Wisdom tells me that. But the fear says to me, oh, they want you to speak? No, you can't do that. You're not good at that. You'll fail at that. You're terrible at that. The fear wants safety. We've talked about this so often. Fear wants us to be safe and not do anything that can in any way interrupt our life. So listen for the thief. When the thief speaks and says, you can't do that, you're not good enough, your answer to that is, remember what we've said, oh, you've turned up. I must be doing the right thing. I will now go ahead and do it. Because remember, the fear wants to stop us from doing groundbreaking, earth-shattering, new, original things. The fear wants safety and quiet. It's not interested in your success in any way at all. Now, some of the other things that we reveal when we look into our heart is that we see there's anger, that anger that's in there that we splurt out in front of people. You've got to kill that. Just kill it. There's no other answer for it. It's the same with jealousy. When we get so jealous of what other artists have accomplished and doing, you've got to kill that. It's not good for you. It will not help you. Same with greed. We've got to kill these things as quickly as we can and get rid of them out of our life. And think about why I say what I say. Remembering it's out of the abundance of the heart that I speak. So every time I say things, if I'm saying good, positive, wonderful, uplifting, encouraging things to people, I'm revealing my heart. If I'm saying negative and critical and down on people and finding fault and doing all those things, I'm revealing my heart. So we have to work on our hearts, my friends. We have to get them out because you and I, as artists, need to be in front of people. And no matter what any artist says, you can hear them all say, I don't do that sort of thing. Well, if you want to be very successful in this business, you need to deal with people. Because so far, people are the only things that buy paintings. You know, I hear artists say, well, I don't like people, I prefer animals. Well, that's really nice, and I'm happy about that, but animals don't buy paintings. People do. So we've got to learn to deal with people, learn to say the right words to people, learn to be the best person that we can be, because that's what will make a difference. I'm not asking you to be a fake. I'm not asking you to change into somebody you're not. All I'm asking you to do is change you to be the best you that you can be. Because the better we are, the better we are. If we can be better as a person, then we're going to be nicer to people. We're going to reach people. We're going to touch people. We're going to have great first impressions. And remember, you only get one chance at a first impression with a stranger. So you want to be able to have a great first impression. You want to be able to touch their lives. You want to be able to reach in and touch them and turn them to you so that they like you, and then they'll like your artwork. It's all about winning people. Yes, we got to paint paintings, but ultimately, in the end, we got to be able to sell the paintings to somebody, unless, of course, you don't sell paintings, you only keep them for your family and friends, and that's wonderful, and I admire that. But most of the people that I speak to have to earn a living from their art and sell their art. So friends, careful of your words to others and to yourself. Careful what you say. Think about what you say before you say it, and always be an encourager or be quiet. That's my advice. If you can't say something nice, don't say anything. Don't be a critic, because critics are critical. Okay? That's why we call them critics. Okay? So friends, be you, but be the best you that you can be. That's what I am looking for. Okay, friends, I hope that is helpful. I hope that encourages you a little bit. I hope you strive to be a better person, because building ourselves is the most important development we can do. Self-development, building ourselves up. You have a wonderful day. I look forward to the day when you come over and have coffee with me here in Galeria de las Islas and come and visit the beautiful Philippines. You'll love it. But remember, friends, to reach out, touch people. Smiles and hugs are free. Give them away generously. And you have a fabulous day painting, and think over what I've said. You have a wonderful day.